Going on, guys? So today I want to make a video about ranked. Now I first made my guide about 3 months ago now, so I figure some of you are probably about to hit level 30, or some of you already have, or I bet some of you viewers have been playing League for a few years now. If you've never done ranked, this is going to be like a guide on how to prepare sort of to play ranked. So ranked is actually different. It's very different because people tend to take it much more seriously. So when you hear about how toxic League of Legends is, this is where you're gonna find out just how toxic it is. People don't like to lose. You'll get flamed as soon as you do something wrong. Now, if you've never played draft pick, you might want to go try that out in normal first because it's very different than blind pick. So blind pick, everyone just chooses their champion at the same time. In ranked, you actually have a ban phase first, so each team is going to ban three champions. Before, one person used to do the 3 bans on each team and was chosen randomly. Now it's actually the first 3 players that actually get to choose the bans. So before jumping into a game, first of all, you're going to want to look up who's sort of overpowered in the meta at the moment. So that's one thing that's important, because when it comes to your turn, you got to know who to ban. If you don't want to look it up, just ask your teammates. There is a meta. There's always a few champions that are overpowered. So go ahead and ask your teammates and choose one of those. If you do a wrong ban, that's where you're going to get flamed for the first time. You're going to get your ranked experience. You're going to get flamed if you make a bad ban. After the ban phase is the champion select phase. Now this alternates between both teams. So it's basically one champion at a time. Now the reasoning behind that is that they want to sort of make the game where you can try to counter pick, and they want to make it fair, so it's one after the other. And this is kind of controversial because a lot of people feel like when you're this low level, when you're starting out, you don't really need to think about countering, but I disagree. In certain situations, it won't matter because you and your team will be, relatively new, so it won't make that much of a difference. But in the case of hard counters, it will make a difference. You'll get that slight edge. For example, Garen versus Riven. Or Teemo versus Garen. Those are like really hard counters. Now, even at an equal level, the Teemo's always going to have an advantage over the Garen. Now, obviously, a very good Garen will beat a mediocre Teemo. But at equal level, at equal skill level, and equal experience on each champion, Teemo is going to win 100% of the time. So that's why it's important to actually look at the counters, even if you're new. Now, the way I do that is I usually, obviously, if you're, now that dynamic Q is there, you already know the role you're in. So that's one thing that you're going to miss out on. And be thankful, because before, people used to fight over positions. Well, actually, it'd be in the order. So it would be basically draft order would decide who went on to what position. But people would still find a way to fight it. And now you actually know what position you are as the game starts. So what you're going to want to do is, as soon as you realize who on the other team is going to be your lane opponent, you're going to want to type in whatever the name of the champion is and counter. Or you can just go to championcounters.com, I think it is. I'll put the link anyway. And it'll give you the highest rated counters for each champion. Now, this isn't the best, the end-all be-all of guides. A lot of these are outdated or are just wrong. But most of them will give you a good idea. Again, this is just a reference. Don't go ahead and play the first counter you see just because you see him there. If you don't have any experience with him, it's not worth it. You're better off playing a relatively non-counter pick that you're used to playing than a champion that you've never played that's considered a counter pick. This is for situations where one of the counter picks is a champion that you actually played quite a bit. Then it might be worth choosing that champion. So that's it. That's pretty much a champion select and banning phase. After that, you get into the game. Now, as you start ranked, you're gonna have 10 placement matches. These placement matches are gonna put you in a certain league. So, like I said in one of my previous videos, you have bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, master, challenger. We won't talk about those for now because obviously those won't be of concern unless you're like some sort of god. If you actually get the challenger in your first season, please give me a call. I'll be your manager. But other than that, you won't be placed. I actually don't know if you can be placed higher than gold. I don't think you can. So chances are you're going to be placed either in bronze, silver, or gold. Now, expect to be placed in bronze and silver. I rarely see people be placed in gold. Now, I've never seen anybody actually get placed higher than silver or below gold. So don't worry about that if you're there. After your 10 matches, you're gonna be placed there. You're gonna be placed in one of the divisions. Now it goes from 5 to 1, so you could be bronze 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, silver 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, as you progress, as you win more games, once you're in a certain division, say you're bronze 4, you actually have to get 100 points. So points are gained through wins in ranked. Now, these are not linear. It's not like 25 points for a win and 25 points for a loss. That's not how it works. It works according to your MMR, actually, which is your matchmaking ranking. That's a hidden score. You don't actually know what that is. But what that'll do is it through a calculation, it'll actually figure out if you should be ranked higher or lower. So if you're doing good, you're often doing good, and your MMR is kind of high, and you're losing, but the system feels that you should be ranked higher, you're actually going to lose less league points, which are the points you need to accumulate to level up. If it feels like you should be higher, you're going to lose less points than you gain from a win. And the opposite is true as well. If the system feels like you're ranked too high, so you're gold 5, but you should probably be silver 2, you're actually going to lose more points from a loss than you're going to gain from a win. It's a pretty good system in that respect. So that's pretty much the ranking system. Now, once you get to 100 points in the division that you're at, if it's from 5 to 2, you have to win 2 out of 3 games to go up a division. So if you're, again, bronze 4, 100 points, you get 3 promotional matches. If you win 2 of those, you move up to bronze 3. And that's how it works. The only difference is when you're bronze 1 and you're about to move to silver 5, or if you're silver 1 and you're about to move to gold 5, it's actually 5 games. So you got to win 3 out of 5. Now, sometimes you'll actually be granted a free win, either if you just lost your promos or if you just got demoted. So if you just got demoted and you're bronze, well, in that case, you would be bronze 1. If you had just gotten demoted from silver 5, you'll actually get a free win once you get into your promos. So then you'll only have to win 2 out of 5. Oh, so that's pretty cool. They actually helped. This actually helps people rank up a little more. But that pretty much covers ranked. Now, another thing, as far as the gameplay is concerned, like I said, people take it much more seriously. People tend to communicate a lot more. So try to communicate with your teammates. Try to coordinate. Try to see if you can build good synergy between the champions that you pick. During the game, you're going to see a lot of flaming. You're going to see a lot of people that get angry. I have to confess, I used to be one of those guys. I used to be one of those ragers. I did, but at some point, something clicked, and a lot of things actually started going better in terms of ranked after that. And I'm going to make a video on that. It's a mindset, basically, that you got to get into. I'm going to make a video soon about that. But for now, just realize that you are going to get flamed. Don't take it personally. People don't know. You don't know people. You shouldn't care that much, you know. I know it sucks to be told you suck, but just, you know, battle through it. It doesn't matter. Move on to the next game. But I want you to be prepared for that, because you probably haven't experienced it that much in normal. And if you have, it's 10 times worse than ranked. But don't let that make you afraid of ranked. Get in there, and if someone's really pissing you off or messing around with you, just go ahead and mute them. You know, doesn't matter. We don't care. Let them talk by themselves. Just mute them and keep playing. So another thing, you might find that ranked is very frustrating. Sometimes you feel like you're spinning your wheels because you're gonna get close to your promos, and then you're gonna get demoted, or you're gonna lose your promos like 2 times in a row. Sometimes it's really bad. But if you keep fighting and you keep grinding, if you're doing your job in your position, that's when you get higher. A lot of people like to blame their teammates or their team. It's really all you need to rank up is to win 51% of your games. Eventually you'll rank up. And that little percentage, because most people get about a 50-50 win-loss. But the people that rank up from divisions are the people that can go ahead and get that 5% to 10% more wins than losses. And the way they get that is by just doing their job and being the best that they can at their position. I mean, it's true that sometimes your team will completely lose you the game. You know, you get 2-3 games in a row where you play flawlessly and you still lose. But you'll get 3 other easy wins where an opponent will disconnect, or you'll get a really good synergy on your team. And then that seventh game that you carried, that's the one that makes the difference, and that's the one that's going to allow you to rank up and get higher to a higher division. So, keep that in mind. Don't blame your team. Don't let them get to you, and go ahead and play some ranked. It's fun. It's much different for people who are competitive. It's a lot of fun, and it's great to see the progress you can make through the ranking system. So that was it, guys. That was my video for ranked, sort of a ranked guide. It wasn't very intricate. I didn't actually, show you the leaderboard or anything, or the ladder. That's what it's called, by the way. But I just wanted to make this really casual. So that's it, guys. That was my ranked gameplay. I hope you enjoyed. Go ahead and play a bit of ranked. It's a lot of fun. Don't let it scare you. It's not a big deal. It's just a game in the end, right? So go ahead and try it out. If you're not subscribed, you can go ahead and do that. I'd really appreciate it. If not, leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me how your first ranked experience went. But that's pretty much it, guys.